Hey guys, it's me, your humble host. I'm back with another video, once again having to do with Deviantart. This topic is different from last time. Last time it was on the lack of mature filters, people not using them like they're supposed to. That is still a problem, but the problem that I'm going to be talking about is something I feel is really important to get out there, and hopefully more people than I think will agree with me on this. It's the exposure of young girls. The more and more I go into the new art section to see if I can get any new artists to watch or to follow, I am seeing a lot more young girls ranging from the age of 15 to 19 post new pictures of themselves. And it's not in the artistic form. Granted, I don't quite agree with that either, but at the same time, it's still young people exposing themselves on the internet and basically turning DA into a freaking porn site. I've already tried to reach out to one girl. She's 19. I'm going to leave her name and an account out of it. I don't feel that's necessary. I tried to reach out to her in regards to her content because she looked like the age of 15, and I caught it on the way to bed, and so I wrote her a message asking her what she was doing and where her parents were. Well, she pretty much told me that she was 19 and that she knew what she was doing, and I feel a lot of young girls think this way, and I'm not understanding the trend as to why this is becoming more and more apparent. Something that I really want to say, and not just to the young women, but also to the young men. Granted, I see more of young women doing it than I do see young men, but this is just something I'm just going to say to everyone. Guys, please, you may think you know what you're doing. You may think that it's positive attention. Yes, you're going to get a lot of views. Yes, you're going to get a lot of comments, but it's not for what you think. What you're doing is very dangerous, and it's very easy to find you through those photos. It attracts the wrong attention. You don't know what you're encouraging. You do not know who's following you. Especially for you 15-year-olds. I mean, heck, for you 15-year-olds that's doing it, you can get yourself into some real legal trouble there. And you're not even the age of an adult. That's considered child pornography. Whether you're the one producing it or someone else is producing it for you, both of you can still go to jail. For the 18 to 19-year-olds and even beyond, guys, it's not the attention that you want. Trust me. It's not positive to your image. I don't know if you're doing it for self-confidence. I don't know if you're doing it for insecurities, if you're trying to be a model. I don't know why you're doing it. But there's been so many issues on DA with predatory behavior. I mean, I've come across multiple journals, and I'm going to try to find some and put them in the description, where people have been stalked, people have been cyberbullied. I mean, the attention that you're drawing to yourselves as a whole is not okay. You don't know what you're doing. Just because, especially to that one girl, and once again, her name is going to be left out of it. I don't feel that's important, and I don't want her to get attacked, or nor do I want to advertise her. Look, just because you are 19, you're barely an adult. You're what, your second year? From what you told me, you live with a bunch of other students. How grown up are they? I mean, 19 doesn't mean anything. I'm sorry, sweetie, it just doesn't. As I told you on DA, I'm in my late 20s and 30s, and I've been married for almost 2 years on my own. I live with my husband. We have our own car. I have a bit more experience than you do, and that's not to put you down in any sort of way. I'm telling you, no, you are not grown like you think you are. No, you do not know what you are doing. And the fact that I was ignored, yes, it's your DA account, yes, you're by legal standards you're an adult, but I don't feel emotionally or mentally you are this way. But it's gonna come bite you in the ass. It really is, and I try to put that out to you, and I guess you posted this time a full-blown nude. Please stop before this gets worse. There are people that will stalk you. I saw some of your watchers, an old man, and I don't know, he claims to be an artist. Chick, you don't know who he is. You don't know what that guy is doing in his, you don't know. You don't know who's following you. You don't know if they're stalking you. You don't know if they're looking for you other places. And this goes out to everyone, guys. This is not safe. It's just as bad as doxing. This is not okay, and this really needs to stop. And I've started a group on DA called Let Purity Reign, and right now I'm trying to figure out how to get hold of the admins and try to talk to them about this, because I looked at their definition of porn. It's too freaking narrow. And what they're allowing on DA is turning it into a freaking predatory site and site for pedos. It's free porn. It's not okay with what's going on. And I really want to encourage you young people, and I know in my last rant, I talked about the lack of mature filters on DA, and I got into a discussion with someone about how a lot of people don't get attention, so they turn to these vulgar topics, vulgar content, to get more views, more watches, more likes, and I told her that's not the positive attention that you want to go down. Granted, she did bring up a point. How else are they going to get more attention? Honestly, I don't know, but I'm telling you, it is not the way. What you guys are doing, this is not safe. This is not the way to be doing this. I understand it's hard to get your artwork out there. I consider myself to be a good artist, not top notch. There's always fine art that puts my stuff to shame, always. But I do consider myself to be a pretty good artist, and my stuff barely gets any attention. And you want to know why that is? Because of all this garbage coming through to DA. The nudity, the vulgarity, the freaking young girls exposing yourselves, and this other crap. No wonder why other artists aren't getting found. No wonder why good art isn't coming through, because of all this crap. And I don't know how many times I can say it. I'm not going to repeat myself here. At least I'm going to try not to. But this has really got to stop. And if anybody's watching this that you know a DA admin, Deviantart admin, please do something, say something. I know that there was a recent kerfuffle about the copyright, and you guys' stance on copyright, whatever. You guys really need to stand up and take care of this. This is not okay. What you're allowing these young people to do on this website is disgusting. It is unsafe. It is dangerous, and you're going to invite all sorts of predators on here. I actually came across one journal, and I need to find it too. Talks about how there was a child predator, or he was considered to be a child predator. This lady talks about how she had child photography in her gallery, and she was taking pictures of they weren't nude, they were dressed and whatnot, and he kept asking for information about the kids, like really, really personal information. And I guess all he had in his gallery was child pornography. So that is one example. Granted, yes, it was a small child, but until you are the age of 18, that stuff is child pornography. And even beyond that, it's not okay in general. I'm sorry. This really breaks my heart to see this stuff. I'm a woman, so I can't really wrap my head around the logic when this happens, when people do this type of thing. I mean, I really can't. I was raised a bit different. Women, just the youth in general, guys, you have more worth, you guys, or more valuable, priceless than what you guys are. I'm sorry. Wow, I have gone on for about nearly 10 minutes now. Basic points here is this needs to stop. You guys are worth more. This is dangerous. You don't know who's watching you. Don't know what they're doing. You don't even know what the heck they're doing with your photos. People can find you with your photos. It is so freaking easy to find someone with a photo now. It's not even funny. It's just not good. And the lady, like I said, I left your name out, but if you recognize this, if you recognize that I'm talking about you, you're one of the many, many girls on this website that just needs to stop. Yes, you were very pretty. You were very beautiful. I'm sure you're a very decent person, a very loving person. But no, once again, you do not know what you're doing at all. Please. You said you lived in a student dorm. I assume that means college. You're going to college. Focus on college. Focus on whatever school you are going to, and please stop. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Sorry this took so long, but I just had to get this off my chest. Once again, I'm gonna try to get a hold of the admins. If anybody knows how to freaking do that or knows who they are, please let me know, because I really want to get a hold of at least a couple of them and explain, hey, you know what, are you guys paying attention to your website? Anyway, with that, I will be signing off, and you folks have a good night.